Hello and welcome to Hops and Bros. This week, very special episode following a very special event,
which is Welly Cask Fest. Again, thanks a lot, Wellington Brewery, and let's jump into it. Right, Phil? Philly D. Chris now? That's my new thing? No? No.
For an open window on the crowded world, Max and Chris from Hops and Welcome to Hops and Bros. Yeah.
Alright, so this week, we had the chance to be invited to the Wellington Cask Fest, which is an event, sorry about that, they serve every year, and it's all cask beer. Now, if you don't know what cask beers are, there's not a 1-1 on that one, is there, Chris?
No, we haven't. But Max, just before we dive into all this fantastic event, I want to announce to you guys something fantastic. While we were there in Niagara, shit, I still have issues pronouncing. Yeah. I renamed Niagara. Okay. So we met with Hillary from Pretty Penny. And if you haven't watched the video yet, go watch it. It was the video from Tuesday. But after the interview, she actually gave to you guys and to us a code 10% off your next purchase with her. So perfect timing right before Christmas to get those nice jewelries home for your wife, your sister, your mom, your dad, whomever. Jump on the website.
And her work is really... Yeah, her work is really awesome, man. Like, it's a lot of beer-inspired jewelry as well. That's why she came onto our radar and to a couple of other bloggers' radar.
Yeah.
Her craftsmanship is awesome. She studied in, Vancouver, I think she said. She's in BC anyways, for jewelry making. It's not something you see often.
No.
And personally, I don't wear jewelry, but if I did, I would definitely wear her jewelry because it looks awesome.
Exactly.
So the code is on on Tuesday's video?
No, on today's video. Releasing the code
on
today
today's
for
video.
2
It's
weeks.
on Tuesday's video?
No, it's today.
Nice,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we made something different just to try to kind of like get a surprise for you guys because you will enjoy the interview, then you can have the code now, 10% for the next 2 weeks. After that, she's pulling it out, use Hops and Bros and you get 10%. Super easy, super simple.
That's
but
awesome, guys.
Awesome. So, Max.
And also, if you want to support us, that's one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah.
Is to actually follow those. Because if it works well, then we can have more of these giveaways and try to make more of those connections with the people that support the community, that support the craft beer industry.
Exactly, Max. And you can't explain it better than that. So, Max, Welly Cask Fest.
Well, I probably could, Chris.
Oh, yeah, you probably. Yeah. Oh damn! Have you seen?
So Cask Fest,
have you seen
Wellington.
my Batman? Have you seen it? Oh, it's maybe too small for the camera. But it's a small Batman. Yeah, sorry.
I can hardly see it on my side either. So, Cask Fest. Now, one of the cool things about Wellington, actually, is that at the beginning, their brewmaster, their head brewer, was a big fan of cask beer. So they have hundreds of casks at Wellington that they use on a semi-regular basis. Now, they're kind of lowering that amount every year. Less and less customers actually want casks. Yeah. They want stuff that's on demand. A cask is kind of, you punch it in and then you have the memory of the day, of the night to finish it.
Usually
you might have
48
a day
hours,
or two, but that's pretty much it. 48 hours, but the fresher the better with beer, honestly. It is going to get oxidized, and most bars don't have a pump to be able to serve the beer, so you're actually just using the cask pressure, so after a couple hours, it just kind of fades away. Still great beer. It's still a great way to be very creative with craft beer. It's one of the last ways that you can really be creative. Anyway, so we'll talk about casks in the future.
Yeah, well,
for now, let's talk about the festival, man.
So Welly Cask Fest was hosted last weekend, so the weekend of September 8th, 2018. Sorry if you're again in the past or in the future. The event will still be hosted in 2018. Just 19. I just don't have the date yet, but
we're in 19, yeah.
Or 18, 19's coming up. Either way.
We're 18.
Welly Cask Fest, Wellington Brewery invited us on Saturday night. We were there. A couple of Hops and Bros fans were there too. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But also we met with awesome Instagrammers from the Toronto beer scene. Seriously, I don't have the Instagram handle of everyone, but you guys were amazing hosting us over there. But the whole setup of the event felt so, really neighborhoody feeling. I don't know how to get more in details with that, but it felt a lot more like a local
it's like
event.
Yeah, it's like you know how you have family parties or whatever? You have reunions where it's just a bunch of people who kind of know each other.
Yeah.
They go in your cousin's backyard, you meet him, and you just have a great time tasting some awesome beer as well. And for the brewer's perspective, casks aren't always the funnest thing to do, because it is a very specific thing, and it does take some time. I mean, to make one cask, it can take up to 4 hours, depending on, how much you're going to sanitize your cask, how much detail you're going to put in the flavors that you want to add to that cask as well. It is usually based on one of your beers, and then you either dry hop it, dry fruit it, or you add something funky to it to make it a little different. Now, any favorites that you had over there, Chris?
Seriously, one of my personal favorites. I'm pulling out my sheet, which was pretty useful. Seriously, the whole lineup right here, it's great. It's amazing. So
it was cool as well, because the way they separated it is that every night, every session they had, it was with 3 sessions, had different guest casks. So if you wanted to get all of them, if you wanted to try all the guest casks, you kind of had to go the three sessions.
Exactly, but
which was Friday night, Saturday day, and then Saturday night.
Exactly. And from the setup they have on the guest cask, I'll just pronounce some of the breweries that were present. So from Ottawa, we were quite well represented. Dominion City was there, 210 Nell was there on session 1. Then after that, session 2, we have Alston Barrel House, but also breweries that I'd love to enjoy one day. Probably I'm talking about Merit and Blood Brothers, but also session 3, one of my big mon coup de cœur, my favorite was the Not Alambic by Small Pony Barrel Works. We already talked about those guys on the show, but I can't force it enough.
I think we reviewed a beer as well once.
Yeah, exactly, and it's seriously a good, nice brewery to have around Ottawa. Yes, it's a little bit further from where we are, but seriously, every time I go there, I'm always pleased with what I drank or what I share with people. Yes, bottles are expensive, but
not.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, not to jerk off Small Pony Barrel Works too much, but I have a lot of great things to say, or I hear a lot of great things from the Niagara, Toronto area about his beer.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because technically in Toronto, you would have a bigger population to support a sour house.
Yeah.
He's in a weird spot in Ottawa, considering there are more fans of like the English styles and slowly getting into IPAs.
Yeah.
But people love Sean's beer. They love Small Pony Barrel Works, and it's nice to hear that a good sour house or sour brewery can live in Ottawa and be as awesome and have that big of a reputation outside of the city.
So Max, any favorites out there from your side of things?
Yeah, they had a Kvike beer. I believe it was a Wellington. And it was interesting because
right there.
It was Wellington?
Yeah,
perfect. Okay.
The Dick Goose. So a collab between so American Wheat Ale with Kvike yeast, a collab with Escarpment
Laboratories. Well, you're just.
I'm switching R's for W's.
Yeah, but I mean, it's getting me into those as well. Usually I can't say laboratory, but it is what it is. So Escarpment Lab is actually one of my teachers at school, Nate, started it with a couple buddies of his as well. It's one of the best source you can have for yeast as a brewery. There's a couple names like White Labs, but Escarpment comes up a lot, and there's a lot of breweries that use their yeast.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's really interesting is one of the co-founders of Escarpment Labs, I forget his name, I met him, I feel bad right now, but he's a big fan of Kvike yeast, Norway's farmhouse, or Norway's weird kind of yeast cousin. It's a yeast that's very aggressive. It's not quite known yet, but it was nice to see a Kvike in a cask and a Kvike being used, because now it's getting me thinking. Kvike might be a great yeast to use, considering the turnaround is like in a couple of days, like 2 days. You picture a yeast, in 2 days it's fermented, it's all good to go, which is crazy. You don't have any yeast that are that aggressive.
Yeah.
So it was nice to taste and go, all right, so there's something to be done with this yeast. There's something big.
So
the future of beer might be in this strain.
Yeah. And that means also that we'll probably have a Craft Beer 101 on that.
Yeah, we definitely will have to have a Craft Beer 101 on Kvike. It's super interesting. This episode is basically us going, oh, right, we do have a lot of 101s to talk about. Like cask, like Kvike yeast, like even more lambics. I mean, we talked about cool ships in the last episode, but sours, goes, lambics, like we've got a lot of shit coming up.
It's all coming up.
Sorry, Dad. Anyways.
All a good thanks.
It was an awesome festival.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah. Big thanks to Wellington Brewery out there for just having us. It was really not heartwarming, but a lot of fun for us to show up there. And also, we visited a bunch of breweries on the way there. So it wasn't just one event for us.
Yeah, it was honestly, Chris, it was nice to have you down in my neck of the woods right now and be able to have a couple beers with you.
Yeah.
Talk brewery, talk shop, and go to this amazing event from a brewery that we've been big fans of for a while. They've sent us a lot of stuff, and I've never been disappointed with beers out of Wellington. Big shout out to Marv as well. It was nice to see you at the event, and
one last shout out to
go for it.
We forgot your name.
Well, I think it's not that we forgot his name; is that we can't really say his name because he's not of age right now. Okay. So officially, we didn't meet him.
Okay, perfect. So, oh. Yeah, all right. Then, yes, it was good meeting you. I have nothing else to say. It's illegal, right?
It was one of those rare times where we meet a viewer who walks up to us and asks us if we're Hops and Bros, and has a nice little conversation with us. We're able to it's nice to hear feedback. It really is. I was very happy, and he has a bright future in the brewing industry. I can't wait to see in 10 years what he gets to do. That's all we can say, but it was awesome to meet you. You know who you are because you watch this show.
Yeah.
And so again, big thanks to Wellington. Do we have anything else to say?
No. Go with the N word now.
Perfect.
You're right on the right path. Full steam.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode next week or whenever the episode comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're having fun doing this. We're having fun going to events now and actually meeting people from the industry even more. So please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And Chris, your last words?
Last words. Cheers.
That's fine.
Super easy, right? That beer is good. It's good. 4.5. It's good. Not sure it's gonna make it to the video, but